Now, what started off as a case of pneumonia in Wuhan, China, turned into a deadly global outbreak, killing nearly 3,000 people in over 60 countries and infecting more than 80,000 people worldwide. And now we have the first reported death in the United States, a 50-year-old man out of Washington state. There are 73 cases of infections reported in this country. Joining us now, WDSU medical editor Dr. Corey Abrair. He's here to explain just how concerned we should be about the virus and how we can stay protected from it. Thank you so much for coming in on Sunday. We appreciate it.
And this had to be an emergency house call since somebody died. I had to make sure I was here.
Absolutely. So first, give some ideas on how this coronavirus is spread from person to person.
Okay, so everybody, first of all, I want everybody to kind of take a deep breath. That's the most important thing, all right? How is it spread? It's spread the same way as any other virus that you've come in contact with. Chickenpox, measles, nothing new here. It's spread by respiratory droplets. It's spread by contact. So what do? You need to keep your hands washed, keep your hands away from your face and your eyes. You need to stay away from sick people. One of the bigger things I need to always let you know is that everybody's concerned like, oh, you can actually spread this virus without having symptoms. And they're acting like that's a new thing. That's not a new thing. All of the viruses that you know, once again, the chickenpox, the measles, influenza, all can be spread without you knowing that you actually have the disease. So I just want these things to sink in because I want people to take a deep breath once again.
Doctor, let me ask you this.
Yes.
This is something that a lot of people may not be aware of, the term coronavirus, but you look on products like Lysol and Clorox, it's been around for a while. Explain that.
Yes. Okay. So coronavirus is nothing new. It is not. It has been around for a long time. This particular strain is new. Okay, just like every year we may have a different influenza strain. So I don't want anybody to, once again, get too worked up about the fact that it's new, but it's been around for a long time. We have killed coronavirus for dozens and dozens of years. And so the bigger issue that I need you to understand is that because this one's new, we don't really know the seriousness or the ferociousness, for lack of a better term, of the virus. But what we do know is that we can kill it the same way we've killed the other ones, and it's spread just like the other coronaviruses are spread, which the symptoms are runny nose, cough, congestion, and fever, just like everything else. And that's the hardest thing for people to kind of understand here. The symptoms are the same. The symptoms are the same. So how do we deal with that? You know,
yeah, not only that, but a lot of people are paying attention to the new numbers that we've seen over the last week with the thousands of deaths and the person in Washington state. So for many of us, people are trying to figure out if the virus is more deadly than other viruses that we know.
All right. So this is controversial. It's controversial because I got the worldwide numbers here. 88,367 people have it, 3,001 deaths. But just to put this in perspective, in the United States, 90,000 people can die from the flu every year, 90,000 from the regular influenza in the United States. And you have to think about this. Right now, we have 45 million cases of the flu about. 45 million, okay? So I want people to kind of understand that this is spread in a way that, you know, as far as respiratory droplets and touching and that kind of thing. But, you know, the way that we have to kind of wrap our minds around this is that when you start seeing a lot of people having a disease that's spreading across the world and spreading across this country, you're going to see thousands and thousands of cases. Thousands. And I'm going to say that to you now, and I don't want you to get upset about that because, once again, we don't know how serious the aggressive part of this virus is because, really, we got to think, how many people have died? Just one. And how many people have died from influenza in this country? How many? Thousands and thousands just this year. Just this year.
So a quick practical question. You kind of touched on it at the beginning. Basic things that we could be doing to protect ourselves.
Okay, one of the biggest things you really need to do, and this is kind of tongue-in-cheek here, but I'm being very serious. The thing that really causes a major problem in the United States is not going to the doctor. Okay, not going to the doctor. So get your blood sugar checked, get your blood pressure checked, because those things kill 1 million people a year, or 1 million people every year in the United States. But I need people to just keep their hands washed, if you don't need to be wearing masks yet. If you are sick, you should wear a P95 mask. But if you're not sick, I don't want to see people walking around the malls and everything with masks on, because that's going to be useless. And if you don't have the one that actually is a P95, then you have the one from your doctor's office that you just put over your ear. That's not going to work. So yeah, I just want to say this just very quickly. I want people to understand that this is a serious thing. But what you have to remember is that we have to keep it in perspective. If you need to if you get the symptoms, then those are the symptoms of every other virus, and you can go to your doctor, but don't flood the emergency rooms if you have runny nose, cough, and congestion, okay? It's very important.
All right. Thank you so much, Chief Medical Editor Dr. Corey Hebert. Appreciate you stopping by.